Hello friends, let's discuss today's set of questions. The first one's about the new CM of Himachal Pradesh, and his name is Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu. This is Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu. He's a first time CM of Himachal Pradesh, and he is supported by his deputy CM Mukesh Agnihotri. You could write that as well. Deputy CM of Himachal Pradesh is Mukesh Agnihotri. Mukesh Agnihotri. We know that Himachal Pradesh has two capitals. One is Shimla, the other is Dharamshala. Shimla and Dharamshala. So, if necessary, I'll write stuff. But I guess these kinds of things don't really require me to write anything, on the screen for you. So, to repeat, Himachal Pradesh has two capitals, the popular one, and Dharamshala, the second one. Mukesh Agnihotri is the Chief Minister's deputy, that is, he is the Deputy Chief Minister. You should also know that Himachal Pradesh is nicknamed Veer Bhumi. What is it? Veer Bhumi. Veer Bhumi. Yeah. Land of the brave. Gujarat's CM is Bhupendra Patel. Bhupendra Patel. Sikkim Prem Singh Gole. Prem Singh Gole, PS Gole. Tripura, Dr. Manik Saha. Jharkhand's Chief Minister is Hemant Soren. So that pretty much covers this question. The Union Minister of Minority Affairs, Smriti Zubin Irani, has said that the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Ko Kam means Kaushal, anything related to Kaushal, ability, skill. Kaushal Ko Kam Karikram has now been renamed Pradhan Mantri Virasat Ka Samvardhan Scheme, PM Vikas Scheme. In this context, which of the following comes under the PM Vikas Scheme? All of them come under this. Seeko or Kamao, this is about skilling, upskilling, and vocational training, so that people could make money could earn incomes, build livelihoods from their learned skills, acquired skills. Ustad, yes, you could write this. Upgrading the skills, and training, upgrading the skills and training in traditional arts and crafts, for development. I repeat, upgrading the skills and training in traditional arts and crafts for development. That's Ustad. Hamari Dharohar, okay, this is all related to heritage, how we can build livelihoods, around our heritage. Nai Roshni, and Nai Roshni is for women, especially women folk who have, this is both for men and women, but generally for women who could build certain kinds of livelihoods. Okay, especially after the age of 18 years. Nai Manzil, if someone's not been able to, does not have a school leaving certificate, so they could build, they are catered to under this particular scheme, Nai Manzil. Plenty of things to learn here. You should also know that PM Vikas is a central sector scheme. What is it? Central sector scheme. Okay, so the overall focus of PM Vikas is on skilling, entrepreneurship, and leadership requirements of minority community members. Okay, when we say minority community members, we are talking of primarily artisans, ARTISANS, artisans. So it's about skilling, it's about building leadership qualities, it's about entrepreneurship, promoting entrepreneurship among artisans in the minority communities. Okay. Name the founder and former chief executive officer of cryptocurrency exchange FTX, who was charged for defrauding the the exchange's customers and investors. This is Samuel Bankman Fried, or Fried, you could say, literally Fried actually. Um, he is the founder of this particular exchange. The full form is Futures Exchange. Futures Exchange. FTX is Futures Exchange. He started another company called Alameda Research, which is related to this. Alameda Research. So both FTX and Alameda Research are related to Fried. Okay. Now this company is not an American company actually. It is headquartered in a place called Bahamas, which is a tiny country in the West Indies. And you should know that, let me clear this entire thing actually. It's selected, yeah. This company is headquartered in a place called Nassau. Nassau is the capital of the island of Bahamas. Bahamas. Okay, that's where it's headquartered. Now that this guy has resigned, Bankman has resigned, he's in jail. He was arrested in Bahamas. There is an interim CEO, a company, the Securities and Exchange Commission has appointed a caretaker CEO to ensure that financially the company is, taken care of. The guy's name is, the current CEO's name is, you could write, current CEO's name is John Ray the third. So he says that Friedman perpetrated one of the most daring frauds in American corporate history. He diverted funds from FTX to Alameda Research, which invested in a lot of companies which went under. Went under means made losses, and he also borrowed $1 billion. FTX gave a $1 billion loan to Samuel Bankman. Another 549, take 550. $550 million were given to the chief of engineering at FTX named Sunny Singh. Sunny Singh. I mean, some people call him Nishad Sunny Singh, but it's okay. Think about it. Two persons get $1.6 billion loan from the company they work at. So, one more name I could suggest is this person. You could get this question in the exam. Elizabeth Holmes. She started a company called Theranos. Okay, Theranos. It went bankrupt, and she is the CEO, and she's just been sentenced to 11 years in jail for defrauding investors. She perpetrated a scandal. She built a company on lies, 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 jhoot. She told the world that she has come up with a certain technology, certain machinery that could detect all the diseases in the body with, by testing a few drops of blood, the patient's blood. But of course, nothing of that sort happened, and currently she's in jail. She's just been sentenced to 11 years in prison. Okay. That's Elizabeth Holmes, the ex-CEO and founder of Theranos. Fair? I think that should be it. If you look at 4 and 5, Daniel Ek and Martin Lorenzon are co-founders of a company called Spotify. I'm sure you're familiar with this company, Spotify, Spotify. It's a music streaming company. Okay. With which tech giant has the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in short called METI, partnered to help 100 Indian startups with the second edition of app development program. The answer, of course, is highlighted in bold. So who is the METI minister? Ashwini Vaishnav. Ashwini Vaishnav. Oh, sorry. Ends in W. Yeah. Ashwini Vaishnav is a Union Minister for Information Technology, Electronics and Information Technology. He is also the Minister of Railways, and the Minister of what is it? Communications. Yeah, communications. So the Minister of Communications, the Ministry of Railways, and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology are all headed by the same person, Ashwini Vaishnav. Okay. Now let's look at the CEOs of these companies. Google's CEO, I think you don't need head offices, but they're all American companies. Yeah, all of them are American companies. So IBM CEO is Arvind Krishna. Cognizant, Brian Humphries. Google, Sundar Rajan Pichai. Sundar Rajan Pichai. Microsoft, Satya Nadella. Oracle is headed by Safra Catz. Arun Kumar Singh has recently been appointed Chairman and Managing Director of ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission. He succeeded Subhash Kumar. Subhash Kumar is the ex-CMD of ONGC, and currently it is Arun Kumar Singh. Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited is headed by Nalin Shinghal. Then GAIL, Sandeep Kumar Gupta. ONGC, we just mentioned Arun Kumar Singh. NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation. So from BHEL, which is Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, to GAIL, which is Gas Authority of India Limited. We are going to NTPC now. NTPC is National Thermal Power Corporation. This is headed by Gurdeep Singh. Life Insurance Corporation of India is headed by Mangalam Ramasubramaniam Kumar. Which Indian companies figured in the list of top 100 arms producing companies released by the Swedish think tank Stockholm International Peace Research Institute? Okay. HALNBEN. So why don't we write a bit about SIPRI, some just basic data, okay? SIPRI, arms makers, top arms makers. First point, combined arms sales or combined sales of top 100 arms producing companies. 592 billion in 2022, this year. Okay, sorry, not this year, last year, I'm sorry. The data was released on 21st. See, this report came on December 22nd, okay, 2022, this year, but the data is for, previous year, 2021. Next. Write this. Um, global top, or global number one, Lockheed Martin. It had its sales of $60 billion out of a total of $592 billion. 60%, that is, sorry, 10%, that's 60, nearly $60 billion was the sales of just one company. $10 billion. Yeah, sorry, 10%. Then Indian companies, 42. This is, I'm talking of global rankings. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Sales revenue $3.3 billion. I'm giving you this just for reference, nothing, you don't have to remember the number. $3.3 billion. And Bharat Electronics Limited, 63rd rank. 63rd rank. 63rd rank. Chalo. This Bharat Forge is an engineering company. It's into a lot of things now, defense, engineering, fabrication. It supplies spare parts, dies and all that to large automobile companies. See, when you look around a bike, let's say you have a bike, to a large extent the crankshaft, the chassis and all are developed by companies like Bharat Forge. If you look at the steering wheel, of a four-wheeler or something, then you have the gear rods, what is called gear shifter. All these are made by the companies like Bharat Forge. It's an engineering, fabrication and forging company. Chalo. Which of the following corporates is official partner of the FIH Men's World Cup 2023 in Odisha? Okay, Tata Steel. Tata Steel. You could write this. 2023 FIH Men's World Cup. Men's World Cup. FIH Men's World Cup. Okay, underline that first point. Host Odisha. Underline this. Pull a down arrow, right? One. What is that? Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar. Kalinga Stadium, Bhubaneswar. And two, Birsa Munda International Stadium in Rourkela. Next, 2018 tournament, 2018 World Cup was also held in Odisha, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. It's also held in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Next, defending champion. So who won the 2018 tournament? Belgium. Defending champion, Belgium. Okay? Chalo, let's look at the CEOs of these companies. Tata Steel, TV Narendran. Then we have Infosys, Salil Parekh. ITC, Sanjeev Puri. Tata Chemicals, yeah, R. Mukundan. Adani Group, of course, Adani, Gautam Adani. Identify the correctly matched pairs of Indian space startups with their respective CEOs or founders. Pixel, yeah, all of them are right. I want you to know a little bit about Pixel. You could write. Awais Ahmed, he is a co-founder and CEO. I'll pick one company to discuss. Maybe just mention the names. And Kshitij Khandelwal. Awais is also the CEO. I mean, young people are changing the landscape of India's, space industry, my friends. A lot of private sector companies have come in. Like if you remember, a few weeks back, there was this, Skyroot, which launched India's first private rocket launch. Private rocket. So I mean, things are going quite a long way, my friends, which is good for all of us, for a country, for our country. See, Dhruva Space, Sanjay Nekkant is the CEO. He's a co-founder. There are other people. There are three more guys. We won't remember all. We won't name all. Like I'll mention one. There is this guy called Abhay Igur. Abhay Igur. He is a chief technology officer. I mean, these are people. These are companies that are competing with the best in the world, and these are run by our people. By Indians. Like Awais is the CEO. Kshitij is the chief technology officer. Sanjay Shrikant Nekkanti, there are three more I said, but if I look at just one name, Abhay Igur, he is the Chief Technology Officer. Chief Technology Officer at Dhruva Space. So all of them are correct. Okay, this is in red actually. Which Indian company topped the which key newsmakers report as India's most visible corporate? Reliance Industries. There's not much to discuss. I put it in red just because there's not much to discuss here. Okay. So in any case, TCS is run by Rajesh Gopinathan. HDFC Bank, Sashidhar Jagdishan. Mukesh Dhirubhai Ambani. Okay, Mukesh Dhirubhai Ambani. So I guess this should be okay. Let's go past this. Which of the following institutions launched the fifth, or should we look at any other name? I guess the Adani Group and all, we discussed this. See, why would Reliance Industries be so much in the spotlight? Because of because it owns a lot of media companies. This, it owns the entire, what we say, Money Control Group. TV18 network is owned by them. Viacom, you have Money Control, you have CNBC. I mean, plenty of things they own. Okay, it's firstpost.com. So obviously, they get good publicity all the time. Which of following institutions launched the 5th edition of Asia Pacific's largest youth innovation movement, the Youth Co Lab? All of them did this. And Atal Innovation Mission is a flagship of the Government of India. The idea is to promote innovation in India so that our country benefits, to foster a culture of innovation, scientific innovation. Niti Aayog, I think we've been discussing Niti Aayog in almost all classes. UNDP is United Nations Development Program. United Nations Development Program is run by, you could write this, it's headquartered in New York City, and it's run by a guy called Achim Steiner. Okay. I guess that should be it. Which company announced a new partnership with Viasat to deliver internet access to underserved communities, which are like 10 million people globally by 2025. So they want to serve at least 10 million, 1 crore underserved community members by 2025. Now that would be Microsoft with Viasat. I was reading this report on their collaboration, and I found that 2.7 billion, which is 270 crore, okay, people do not have access to internet. In fact, they have never had access to internet. They have never accessed internet. 270 crore people around the world have not had access to the internet. Yeah. Now, by fulfilling this commitment, by making sure that underserved, unserved communities are provided access to internet, Microsoft wishes to achieve what is today an SDG, Sustainable Development Goal, which is like affordable. Okay, what is it? Affordable and accessible internet. Sorry, affordable and accessible internet by 2030. Affordable and accessible internet. So, you need to appreciate the fact that while people like us have taken access to internet for granted, this was not the case before Reliance Jio came up with market breaking strategies like democratizing data by selling that dirt cheap. So today the dudwala, the security guard, almost everyone is able to access the internet. Of course, there is a substantially large number of people who still can't access internet in India, but the number has come down in the last 5 to 7 years, and that's because data prices in India have fallen drastically because of market breaking strategies of Reliance Jio. Whether we like it or not, that's a fact. Okay, so Microsoft, we mentioned a while ago. I think that's about it. SpaceX is space exploration. Space exploration. It was run by its founder and CEO Elon Musk. And I want you to know something more, my friends. China Mobile is the world's largest mobile company by number of subscribers. World's largest mobile company by number of subscribers. Okay. Did I mention something beyond this? Yeah. Here I mentioned world number 1, Lockheed Martin. I'm not sure if I mentioned this. Somewhere I just recall that globally Hindustan Aeronautics Limited was ranked 42 and BEL was ranked 63. Okay. This had sales of $3.3 billion. And this one had sales of $1.8 billion. Okay. If I may be duplicating the information that I gave you a while ago, but that's about it. Which of the following government of India initiatives was recently recognized as one of the top 10 world restoration flagships to revive the natural world? Namami Gange. This is Namami Gange. This is the logo of Namami Gange, and the idea of this particular scheme is this. You could write this note, so this will help you learn a lot of good things about this particular scheme. Okay, please write. First one, launched in 2014. Budget of 20,000 crore. Budget of 20,000 crore. Next, 2 aims. 1, reducing pollution in Ganga. Reducing pollution in Ganga, in and around Ganga. 2, conservation of whatever is left and rejuvenation of river Ganga. Next, next. Um, See, the idea is to rejuvenate the Ganga in places like Varanasi, and other major cities along the banks of the river. You should also know that Ganga is India's national river. India's national river, and the major work behind cleaning, restoring Ganga to its pristine form rests on certain principles, certain pillars as they call them, like biodiversity protection, riverfront development, ghat development, the banks development, then sewage treatment, yeah, drinking water facilities, you know making sure that people are invested through public information campaigns. So a lot of things are being done simultaneously to ensure that Ganga is free of pollution, that Ganga is, what we say, Ganga is rejuvenated to its old pristine clean form, pure form. It's an uphill task, but well, everything. See, whatever developments you've seen in Varanasi along the ghats today, the cleanliness and everything was once considered uphill, was once considered impossible. But things have worked. They have taken time, but they still have done a great job. Okay, so that's a little about Namami Gange. Name the 16th edition of the India-Nepal joint military exercise that commenced recently. Surya Kiran. Shakti with France. These are all military exercises, military army exercises. Within military of army, navy, you have air force, yeah, exercises. But I'm discussing army exercises. Surya Kiran, India, Nepal. Then Shakti, India, France armies. India, France armies. Nomadic elephant, Mongolia, Sampriti, Bangladesh. This is between the armies of India and Bangladesh. Garuda Shakti, Indonesia. Okay. In which of the following states has the center decided to set up 3 bulk drug parks to help supply raw material for pharmaceutical industries? All 3 of them. And where exactly? You could write Andhra Pradesh, East Godavari district. I'll give you the name of the district. Being specific about a name, place name like Taluk and all is not important. Okay, East Godavari district. Himachal Pradesh, Una district. Gujarat, Bharuch district. Okay, Bharuch district. So, you could write one more thing. Third largest, India is home to the third largest pharma industry in the world. India is home to the world's third largest pharma industry. The largest 2 would be China and the US. Second one, India exported pharmaceuticals worth 1.75 lakh crore in financial year 21-22. In 21-22. Okay, yeah. See, this way, by building, bulk drugs, basically bulk is like molecules, APIs and all that stuff. This would reduce cost. Today we import a lot of stuff. So instead of importing, if we promote industrial development within the country, especially bulk and pharmaceuticals industry within the country, it would help us reduce imports, thereby reducing the cost of both reducing the cost of manufacturing. This will reduce the prices in turn and will benefit the customers. At the same time, it will help preserve, foreign exchange, precious foreign exchange, Not only all this, it will also help generate employment and promote industrialization within the country. Yeah, Atmanirbharta is a primary objective, is a primary aim of all these things. Okay. An Indian PhD student named Rishi Rajput recently solved a 2500-year-old Sanskrit grammatical puzzle created by the father of linguistics, a grammarian named Panini. What is it? Panini. You write this, write a bit about Panini. Panini, first point. Second point, sorry, underline Panini, write first point. Full name, Dakshiputra Panini. Dakshi Putra Panini. So Dakshi, he was his mother. So he is named after his mother. Dakshiputra Panini. Yeah. Next. Lived around 6th or 4th century BC, before Christ. So about between 24 and 2600 years back, Panini lived. And look at what he did. He's not exactly a puzzle, but the syntax rules that he laid have been decoded only now. How advanced his thinking must have been, how brilliant he must have been. Yeah. Next, author of Ashtadhyayi, most important work on Sanskrit grammar. Considered most important work on Sanskrit grammar. Next. Also authored Jambavati Vijaya. Okay, I'll clear this. And Patala Vijaya. Okay. Jambavati Vijaya and Patala Vijaya. So this is Rishi Rajput. He studies at Cambridge. He is pursuing his PhD at Cambridge University, UK. And there he had been working on this for almost 2.5 years. And he says that for 2.5 years, every single day I've spent hours on decoding, Panini's grammar syntax formula. See, this formula has not been decoded the last 2500 years. And this young man has done this. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. After he decoded, because see, he gave up. For 1 month, he closed his books. And he says that I went swimming, I went trekking and all that. And 1 month back, he came back to the books. And in the middle of the night, he realized that he decoded. While he was lying down, he lay down, he said that I got up and I said, Eureka kind of thing. I had this Eureka kind of moment, and I went back to the library and I wrote down everything. And for 2.5 months after that, he researched again. Nearly 1 month, it took almost 1 year, for the entire research to happen, to make sure that the syntax rule applies to all things where it could be applied. So this is his words. We have often been led to believe that we are not important. That's how the West talks about. India is a land of snake charmers, rope trick, poverty, disease, all that stuff. We have often been led to believe that we are not important, that we haven't brought enough to the table. To the table means we haven't invented much. We haven't come up with innovation. We haven't come up with anything extraordinary. I hope this discovery will infuse students in India with confidence, pride, and hope that they too can achieve great things. Amazing words. Yeah. And look at this young man. He is a smile for all of you. I have always admired hard work. I believe hard work is the key to great things in life. Things sometimes don't work, but mostly they work. Yeah. People say that, look, I work hard, but I'm not being successful. Yes, there are issues, but sometimes you can always look at, you can analyze, you can stay, sit back and stay out of frame and look at what you're doing, and if things are working for you or not. If they are not working, why they are not working. Yeah, like this. So I'll just tell you one particular way of looking at the world. um, let's say you go to a political place, let's say 9 p.m. show, there is a movie you want to watch at 9 p.m. So how do you work it back? You got to be there by 8:45. You got to be there by 8:45. 8:45. After using you are all set, like you are there right at the door of the cinema. Cinema is the building where films are shown. Okay, you're there at the door and you are all set to go in. After what? After using the washroom, the restroom there is, have a popcorn tub or whatever you want. But 8:45 are ready. But you need to understand, to be there by 8:45, at what time should you start? So you work it back. I would need 10 minutes to park my vehicle. So I should be there by 8:35. Yeah, 8:35. And if I have to be there by 8:35, from my residence to this place is a 15-minute bike ride. If it's a 15-minute bike ride, then I should budget for an extra 5 minutes of traffic or whatever. Okay, so 20 minutes. So if you have to be there by 8:35, you should ideally start at 8:15. Okay, this is how you work back. You just work back, and you know that, okay, my exam's coming up. You apply to the exams on X date. So X minus 5 days, last 5 to 7 days I should revise. So before that, when should you complete your syllabus, and how you should complete your syllabus? How many hours would it take for you to complete the syllabus? This is how you work back. Please do that. It's all about us. The effort we put in, the hard work we put in. Without hard work, without commitment, without dedication, discipline, things won't work for us. Think of this gentleman, Rishi Rajput, young chap. He spent years to decode one particular syntax, one particular formula, and he didn't give up. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people before him also tried for years, but he did something different. So please work hard, my friends. Work very hard. Life is going to be very tough, so you need to prepare for it. With 260 companies to its name, which the foreign nations topped the 2022 Hurun Global 500 list. The United States. In the top 500, it has 260 companies. Second is China with 35 companies. And this Japan had 28. Last year it had 30. Now the number's gone down to 28. So top 3. What about India? India's rank is 5th. India's rank is 5, and I think we have 16 companies. 16? No, 16 plus 4. 20. We have 20 companies. Okay. So what are the companies in India which are in the top 100 by market capitalization? Market capitalization is number of shares issued multiplied by market price. So if you sell all the shares of the company, how much would you get? That's the market capitalization. Now, Reliance Industries is India's highest ranked company in the world. India's Reliance Industries 34 global rank, and I think the second one is TCS. I'm not very sure, 65 or something. Yeah, 65. Top 100, these two companies are there. Reliance Industries and TCS. Those of you who don't know what is market capitalization, I'll give you a simple formula. Market capitalization equals number of issued or outstanding shares multiplied by market price of each share. So take an example. Let's say we have a company issued 1 lakh shares. The price of each share is 50 rupees. So what is the market cap? 50 lakh rupees. 50 lakh. This is how you do it. Okay. Yeah. Now, number of issue shares is 1. Market price is 50 rupees per share. So all the shares are worth 50 lakh rupees. Okay. But look, these numbers keep changing depending on the market price. If the market price goes up, market value goes up. If the share price goes down, market value goes down. Which of the following nations recently announced its plan to develop a future fighter jet that uses artificial intelligence? All 3 of them have come together to develop one, because America, they want to develop a 6th generation fighter jet. What is it? 6th generation fighter jet. America, in the previous session we discussed, has already developed the B-21 Raider. B-21 Raider, which is a 6th generation fighter jet. Okay. Yeah. So this is America's 6th generation fighter jet, B-21 Raider. B is bomber, 21 is the first bomber of the 21st century, and its nickname is Raider. With state seat farm located at Aluva. What is it? Aluva was recently declared the first carbon neutral farm in the country. Aluva is on the outskirts of Kochi. Kochi, as you would be familiar with, is Ernakulam. Kochi and Ernakulam are twin cities. Ernakulam and Kochi are called twin cities. Like I'm in the twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad. There is Bhubaneswar and Cuttack, twin cities. So plenty of twin cities are there. Okay. So Howrah, Calcutta, twin cities. So you have Ernakulam and Kochi. And you need to understand something here, that this farm, they procured stuff, seeds and all that's worth, measuring 213 tons, but their emissions were just 43 tons. 213 tons they procured, but their emission was just about 43 tons. I read this startling fact that 30% of all greenhouse gases, 30% of all greenhouse gas emissions come from agriculture. Yeah. Amazing thing. This place was previously in the British Jamana called Alvey. Yeah. Kochi was called Cochin. Tiruvananthapuram, Trivandrum. There is a place called Kannur. In the past it was called Kannur. Now it's called Kannur. There was a place called Quilon. Now it's called Kollam. These are all Kerala names, Mallu names. Mallu names means place names in the beautiful land of Kerala. Chalo. In partnership with the Centre's flagship initiative, Startup India, which bank announced the launch of its 6th annual grants program named Parivartan Smartup Grants for social startups. So to promote social startups and everything, HDFC Bank has come up with a particular scheme called Parivartan Smartup Grants. Funding is a major issue for startups. So some people have ideas, but they don't have paisa. So this scheme could take care of such problems. Dinesh Khara runs SBI, State Bank of India. Axis Bank, Amitabh Chaudhary. Sandeep Bakshi runs, Bakshi I will write here. Sandeep Bakshi. Punjab National Bank, India's second largest public sector bank. It is run by Atul Kumar Goel. Okay. You know, Punjab National Bank is also India's oldest existing Indian bank. That is, among all the banks started with the Indian paisa, it is the only one that is existing. Okay, it's still there. It was started in the 1894 by two Indians. One of who was Lala Lajpat Rai, the great freedom fighter. Okay, um, they started this company, and it's still around. It's still around. India's largest public sector bank, second largest public sector bank. Who among the following Indian cricketers recently scored a double century in an ODI innings in 126 balls, thereby breaking Chris Gale's earlier record? This is Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan, my friend, scored an ODI double century in just 126 balls. That, ladies and gentlemen, makes him the youngest and fastest, player to score a double century. Youngest and fastest. Youngest, when I say how young was he? At the time of playing, making the record. 2 years and 145 days. At the age of just, not 2 years, I'm so sorry, 24 years, how could I say that? 24 years and 145 days, he scored a double century. And it is believed that he is the only Indian to convert a maiden, the first ODI century into a double century. Yes, that's an amazing record. So he has not scored a century yet, but he scored a double century. So, which city hosted the first G20 Finance and Central Bank Deputies meeting in mid-December 2022? Bengaluru. G20, we already mentioned in the previous session, is a grouping of 20 of the most developed or in developing nations in the world. So this would include G7, okay, plus Argentina. You could say actually plus BRICS, plus Argentina, plus Turkey, plus South Korea, plus Indonesia, plus Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, plus anything else that we could be looking at in Asia. I guess that's about it. This is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, here Mexico, 18. Then I guess we could be looking at Australia. That would be 19, and 20 is European Union. Those countries that are a part of the European Union, some of these countries are a part of the G7. But G7 is different from European Union. Please know that. Okay. So European Union represents those countries that are not part of the G7. So countries like Poland, like Norway, like Austria, Switzerland, like Spain, like Portugal. They are members of the European Union but are not members of the G7. So those countries are represented by European Union like this. Okay. So from here we could go to which working group, or rather, which grouping recently set up an international climate club for countries that want to cooperate in the fight against global warming? The answer is already there, but I want you to become familiar with this map here. Why? Because we have never discussed this particular issue. The European Union, I mentioned that, okay, the European Union has 27 members. 27 members. G20, of course, G20, not 20 members. G7, 7 members. Quad, it has 4. India, Japan, Australia, US. These 4. Okay? Now, you write about this. African Union. African Union. Founded 2001. 2. 55 members. 3. Head office in Addis Ababa and Johannesburg. There are 2. Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia and Johannesburg is the largest city in South Africa. This is South Africa. Next, Secretary General Musa Faki of Chad. Chad, CHAD. This is Chad. Okay. Now, of the 55 countries that African Union has, Sudan, the countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, they have been suspended. This is Burkina Faso, Mali, they have been thrown out. They have been thrown out because of military coups and issues like that. See this country here is South Africa. Okay, you look at this particular country. A country that is surrounded by another country on all sides. One country, let's say this is a separate country. A country that is surrounded by the same country on all sides is called an enclave. What is it called? Enclave. It's pronounced enclave. Yeah. You have, let's say, Vatican City. Vatican City is a country, it's an enclave. What is it? Enclave. Yes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the first phase of the Greenfield International Airport at Mopa in North Goa. This airport will be named the Manohar International Airport. Why? After who? Well, Manohar Parrikar. CM Goa between 2000 to 2005, 14 to 17, and he was there for some more time here. No, 14 to 17 he was the CM of Goa. No, he was the Defense Minister of India. 2000 to 2005, 12 to 14, and 17 to 19, I guess. Yeah, 17 to 19. He was 3 times CM. First time he became the CM in the year 2000. He lasted a full term. He completed full term. Second time in 2012 to 2014, and third 17 to 19. And this period between 14 and 17, he was a Defense Minister of India. Okay, 2014 to 2017. 2014 to 2017. And you should know that Manohar Parrikar is the first IIT alumnus to become an MLA of any Indian state. That's what I read. First IIT alumnus to become an MLA anywhere. Also the first IITian to become the CM of any state. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I read. Sounds a very big achievement. Actually, sounds like it is actually anyway a big achievement. So Goa has 2 major airports. One is Manohar, the other is Debolim. This is where usually now flights go and all, but it's become pretty congested. It's also a military airport. So which of the following institutions recently released the International Debt Report 2022? World Bank. Okay, we will discuss the debt report maybe in the next class. I'll give you some data on these things. Asian Development Bank, head office Manila. We'll just take a couple of things here. Manila, it's the capital of Philippines. And Manila, Philippines. Its president is Masatsugu Asakawa of Japan. New Development Bank, head office Shanghai, China, of course, as you know. Headed by president is Marcos Troijo. Marcos Troijo of Brazil. Okay. Yeah. The other three we have been discussing quite often. Whom of the following persons was conferred with the 25th Sri Chandrasekhara Saraswati National Eminence Award for Public Leadership? Venkaiah Naidu, who was the Vice President of India between 2017 and 2022. Okay, he was succeeded by Jagdeep Dhankar. Jagdeep Dhankar is the Vice President of India, current Vice President of India. Fair. The United Nations Children's Fund, or the UNICEF Day, is celebrated on 11th December every year. 10th December, Human Rights Day. The birthday of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, December 25th, is celebrated as Good Governance Day. December 23rd is Kisan Divas, the birthday of Chaudhry Charan Singh, Prime Minister of India, former Prime Minister of India, Chaudhry Charan Singh. Kisan Divas. December 22nd, National Mathematics Day. National Math Day. It's a birthday of Srinivasan Ramanujan. Okay, I guess we covered all five. Yes. To repeat, December 23rd, Kisan Divas, named after, or rather celebrated in honor of the Prime Minister of India between 1979 and 84. He was there for about 6 months, less than 6 months actually. Chaudhry Charan Singh. His name is also given to the airport in Lucknow. Okay. Well, guys, that's about it. That's all from me, Bharat C. Jain. Have a lot of fun. Stay curious.